Thank you for joining us on Asset Television News. I am Eugenia Solomon. First, the headlines. Catholic cardinals announce Robert Prevost as new pope. Akpabio takes swipe at Obi on national issues. MultiChoice loses price hike case at High Court. The detail. Newly elected Pope Leo XIV led Mass in the Sistine Chapel a day after being elected as the new pontiff. World leaders have been offering their congratulations to the new leader of the Catholic Church. Born Robert Prevost in Chicago, he is the first North American to be elected Pope. The new Pope is seen as a reformer and worked for many years as a missionary in Peru before being made an archbishop.
I'll begin with a word in English, and the rest is in Italian. But I want to repeat the words from the responsorial psalm. I will sing a new song to the Lord because he has done marvels. And indeed, not just with me, but with all of us, my brother cardinals, as we celebrate this morning, I invite you to recognize the marvels that the Lord has done, the blessings that the Lord continues to pour out upon all of us. Through the ministry of Peter, you have called me to carry that cross and to be blessed with that mission. And I know I can rely on each and every one of you to walk with me as we continue as a church, as a community of friends of Jesus, as believers, to announce the good news, to announce the gospel.
Well, the U.S. President Donald Trump has called it a great honor to have a pope from the U.S. Also, President Bola Tinubu offers his warmest congratulations to His Holiness on his election as the new pope and the new leader of the Roman Catholic Church. Similarly, Muslims, the Lagos State University Muslims community has facilitated Catholics on the successful election of a new pope, describing his position as a symbol of world peace. The community also said that 14-year sojourn of the new pontiff among the most vulnerable and in the poorly developed part of the Peru prepared him for the wondrous task. According to the news agency of Nigeria, NAN, the Cardinal Robert Prevost was elected the 267th Pope on Thursday. He adopted the title Pope Leo XIV. In a congratulatory message on Friday in Lagos, the community's chief imam, Professor Amidu Sani, on behalf of the Muslim community of Lasu, sent a goodwill message to the Catholic faithful on the successful election of Cardinal Robert Prevost as the 267th pontiff. Senate President Godswill Akpabio has taken a swipe at Labour Party's 2023 presidential candidate Peter Obi over recent remarks suggesting that the labor of our heroes past is all in vain. Speaking during a valedictory session in honor of the late Chief Edwin Clark, Akpabio advised Obi to resolve internal crises within his party before aspiring to lead the country. He questioned Obi's ability to address major national issues like insecurity if he is unable to manage leadership disputes within the Labour Party. Akpabio said aspiring leaders must first demonstrate competence in managing party affairs as a sign of readiness for national leadership. The Senate President urged all political figures, including Obi, to focus on unifying their parties before setting their sights on national office.
For a man who wants to run Nigeria, we have one of the smallest parties in Nigeria, and you cannot even resolve the crisis in that Labour Party. Is it the crisis of Boko Haram that will come and resolve in Nigeria? I would like us to be known for what we did when we had the opportunities. But then, those who are aspiring as presidential candidates and trying to cause division with their mouths using the social media. Tell them to resolve the small crisis in the smallest party they have in Nigeria first, before they come to talk about the larger Nigeria. But for the social media, it is all regulated. I wish you luck as you have a field day. I am saying this because this is what Pa Edwin Clark would have advised if he were alive. So I've started to speak his voice. May his soul rest in perfect peace. And on that note, may we rise to observe 1 minute silence in honor of this icon.
Well, the valedictory session was organized in recognition of Clark's service as a senator during Nigeria's Second Republic. Senators paid glowing tributes, describing him as a tireless advocate for justice, a champion for the marginalized, and a national figure whose legacy continues to inspire generations. A minute silence was observed in his honor. We'll take a pause here for a quick break. As the television news will continue shortly. Stay with us. Thank you for being there. If you're just joining us, you're watching the news on Assets Television. The Director General of the National Youth Service Corps NYSC, Brigadier General Olakunle Nafiu, has warned corps members to respect the cultural beliefs of their respective host communities and cohabit peacefully with them. The NYSC boss stated this while addressing corps members in Bauchi State Orientation Camp in Wailo and Plateau State Temporary Orientation Camp Doidu in Jos South local government areas. In a statement signed by the Acting Director Information and Public Relations, Caroline Embu, the NYSC DG said every region in Nigeria is blessed with diverse cultural values, hence the need to learn, understand, and imbibe other people's culture, adding that none is superior to another. The NYSC Bauchi State Coordinator, Rifkatu Yakubu, in her camp situation report said a total of 1,600 corps members comprising of 717 males and 883 females were registered. Similarly, the NYSC Plateau State Coordinator, Jonathan Yavala, informed General Nafiu that 1,301 corps members made up of 756 males and 545 females have been participating in all camp activities. Both state coordinators said corps members have demonstrated high sense of discipline, patriotism, and zeal towards the realization of the objectives of the orientation course. The Federal High Court has struck out the suit filed by MultiChoice Nigeria Limited, seeking to restrain the FCCPC from investigating its recent price increases for GoTV and DSTV services, declaring it an abuse of court process. The court, presided over by Justice James Omotosho, ruled that MultiChoice's suit was duplicative and improper, given the existence of a similar matter involving the same parties pending before another court. Consequently, the court struck out the application in its entirety. Recall that MultiChoice had defied FCCPC's invitation in February and proceeded to hike subscription rates barely 8 months after similar increase. The court further upheld that under Section 17 of the FCCPA, the FCCPC is empowered to investigate exploitative pricing practices and to submit its findings, data, and recommendations to the President to inform decisions on price regulation. Additionally, the court confirmed that once the President declares specific goods and services as subject to price regulation, the FCCPC possesses full enforcement powers to implement such regulations. With that story, we end the news. Do well to follow us on all our social media platforms for more updates and programs. On behalf of the entire news crew, I am Eugenia Solomon. Thank you for watching.